Serious people of Reddit who claim to have seen a mythical creature, such as fairies, elves, gnomes, etc. What is your story? Okay, I'm gonna say this before saying anything else. I'm and was never a religious person. I also have a good memory for useless information. When I was 4, my cat Maximum has passed away. A few weeks later, I wake up in the middle of the night and I saw what looked like a shadow of a cat with angel wings leading through my window. After that, I never dreamed about Maximum again. Open bracket. I saw something on a hiking trail that looked almost like a monkey, but I swear it had folded up wings. I tried to get a good look at it, but it ran up a tree and out of sight. Also met a girl on the same hiking trail who swore she'd seen a gremlin, with the caveat that she was fairly high at the time. I started hearing weird sounds and the repeated word was something like Menonous. They messed with my entire family, important stuff would go missing. Always the goal to make us laugh off stress. Fast forward to college, I told my roommates about our family curse. My roommate deadpans me. Did you mean Menahunes? She explained they were Hawaiian fairy people that did exactly what I explained. Fast forward to present day, my husband even believes in them. Our best guess is my dad brought them back from Hawaii after Navy service. When I was a small boy, I used to live in Sonora, Mexico. My cousin had been staying over and we were playing with a ball, just tossing it back and forth. My cousin then threw the ball a little too far between 2 houses and I had to go pick it up. I went there and before reaching the ball I saw a bright light and I stood there without moving until I snapped out of it and saw a ship that slowly ascended and took off at an incredible speed. Apparently while I was out of it, my cousin was trying to wake me up and he too saw the ship. Afterwards we ran to the house to tell my mom, but it was gone already. I'm pretty sure I was not hallucinating anything, since my cousin also saw it. I technically saw it, but I was too young to remember. But my cousin who was there remembers vividly. One day me and him were in the car. Then he asks my mom who the 2 babies are. Of course she asks what babies, and he describes a boy and a girl. The girl is asleep, but the boy is happy and awake. He describes the girl, and my mom freaks out, because it's an exact description of my older sister who passed 2 years before I was born. And shortly after, my mom found out she was pregnant with my little brother, who my cousin to this day says was the baby in the car. I had a friend who claims she saw fairies in the woods where she set up little furniture for them. I'm pretty sure she did see them. However, I think she is dealing with a mental illness. I have a friend who is a psychiatrist and has told me something that she has been seeing frequently in people with schizophrenia is seeing fairies, elves or gnomes. Not seen per se, but as a planchette practitioner in very young age, who got locally famous in city for getting right answers to people willing to talk to the spirits of their loved ones. I experienced many things. Different spirits will have a different style moving bowl signature, and if done in late evening, the bowl will move too fast and forceful. Many times spirit refused to leave and we needed to entertain it until it agreed to move on etc etc. Not sure how the FKI was not scared doing all that shit at the age 12 to 13. But now I can't even think why or how I did that. Makes me shit scared. Once I was walking with my mom and I saw a dragon. It might have been a bird, but I didn't think so because of its tail. It was long and waved like it was swimming. And the way it flapped its wings was weird too, but my mom and an old man that was nearby didn't react, so I didn't bother saying anything after that. I think there's a ghost in my bathroom. The other day I was home alone and the sink started going, and I could hear it, so I went over, and as soon as I touched the door handle it shut off. And a few days later, when I was home alone again, I heard the toilet seat shut out of nowhere and it wouldn't have just fallen because of the angle it sits at when it is open. I remember when I was like 5 or 6 I was in the bed with my mom and her boyfriend, and which were asleep, and I was laying there watching the movie, and I swear I saw something come out of the back of the TV, and it pulled itself up, and it looked directly at me. It looked kinda like the icon of sin from Doom Eternal, except it was black. I screamed and cried my ass off until my parents woke up and had to calm me down and said it was my imagination and to go to sleep. The damn thing scares the hell out of me. This is my cousin's story, but as I remember it, when she was around the age of 4 she used to see this creature in her room that would call to her and try to lead her under her bed. She described the creature as a Furby type thing with sharp teeth and sharp claws. She was scared of it and never followed it under the bed. It turned out her next door neighbor's son, around the same age, would see the same thing. My aunt and the neighbor chalked it up as their kids were just being kids making things up. Until one day the neighbor's mom said that, while walking up the stairs with her boy, that she saw a little furry creature run into her son's room and under the bed. The mom said that she searched the whole room but found nothing. Shortly after that they both stopped seeing the creature. While I can't remember it myself, my parents said that I used to talk about seeing ghosts. One incident stood out. The father of my teacher had just died. I was about 7. I claimed I saw him sitting in the corner smiling at her. At first she thought I was lying, but after I managed to get every single detail about him right down to the shirt he was wearing, the one I described was apparently his favorite, she started to believe I had actually seen him. There were more cases like this, but this one was the strangest I heard about from my parents. I saw a dryad out in the woods one day. It was only for a split second, but I saw a tree person whose skin matched the bark of the trees around it step from behind one tree and disappear behind another. They were both small, thin trees, so it shouldn't have been physically possible for a person to do that. My best friend saw a skinwalker in New Mexico. The story still gives me goosebumps, and I can't retell it without feeling anxious and sick. And they were only able to tell me the story once. I'm 100% sure that, if it wasn't real, they at least believe it completely. I woke up at about 4 o'clock in the morning. When I was a wee kid, lying in bed I looked out towards my open door and the dark hallway beyond. I saw something, about a foot tall, humanoid, all black, but I could still make out its shape in the darkness and small red eyes. It peered into my room from behind the door frame with its little hand gripping the frame. So I think most of y'all have heard of the Grim Reaper. When I was in like 2nd grade or something, I was in the woods and my parents did not really care what I did, and I could swear that I saw him moving toward me. Then the next night I got a vision of it. I guess he was reaping my soul or something, I don't know what it is called, but I'm the only person who knows about this, and this is the first time I have told anyone about this and it still scares me, and I'm in my last year of college. I've seen 2 ghosts, one of them talked to me, and the other week a tall cat in the hat like creature came into my room, looked around, tipped his hat to me, then strolled out like it was nothing. Meanwhile my ass was in my elevated bed, 4.5 foot tall, scared as crap, although he was a real gentleman. And as for the ghost that talked to me and my brother, I can still vividly see it. It was about 5 or so years ago, and she said hello, my brother's name, and then she said to me, what's your name? And went into the bathroom, never to be seen again. I'm 13 and my brother is 16. We had bunk beds. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.